Ali, and welcome to Pacific Pulse. I'm Clement Paligaru. Coming up, the art of turning timber into creative carvings. We meet one of Australia's finest didgeridoo players. And we finish with a flourish, thanks to some street art by a New Caledonian artist. From Palau to Papua New Guinea, Tuvalu to Tonga, Pacific Islanders have a long and proud tradition of wood carving. And as Bernadette Nunn found, across the region, experienced wood carvers share a commitment to keeping their ancient craft alive.
Carvers from around the Pacific collaborate on a giant monument to creativity, a tribute to their ancient craft as the countries of Oceania gather to celebrate Indigenous traditions at the Festival of Pacific Arts, held only once every 4 years.
You don't have to make muscles and the details of the eyes, and no, that's not Palau carve. Palau carve is like solid wood with no details.
Philippus Tikel is making his mark, inscribing a tribute to the architect of Palau's traditional pole houses.
We have a house that have a post. We don't live on top of the dirt, we live on the floor. Because of him, he's the one designed the house for Palau. Ever since 1600, he's my hero.
Across the Pacific, wood carving is ingrained in culture, recording the stories and reflecting the traditions of different tribal groups.
It's in Tongan cord.
Bowls, war clubs, those are the traditional artifacts in my island.
They only carve like weapons and something like that.
Legend, the story of every village and every town in Palau. The storyboard telling everything.
When we grew up, we used to see our fathers and grandfathers are doing the carving. That's how we started in the house.
Philippus admits that when he was young, he shunned the chance to learn from his father.
He tell me, do this, do that, do this, and I really kind of lazy because I like to go basketball player and to the young kids. But until now, I realized that he gave me the most valuable stuff in my life. And we're going to make under that is using this tools.
All these carvers are concerned that the youth of today aren't interested in the hard work of carving.
They see it and they say it's hard, so that's why they give up. But it's not hard, it's only in your head.
Nowadays in Fiji, especially the young generation, some of our young generation are not interested in doing it. They wanted to do something else, like working in the office or working somewhere else instead of doing the carving. Maybe they think it's a dirty work or something like that. The work of old people.
Paolo now teaches Fijian wood carving at the University of the South Pacific to students from other island nations where the craft is dying.
I only teach them the Fijian carving, that's for them to start. So after learning, they can do their traditional carving.
He advises aspiring wood carvers to break with tradition and work in new styles.
And they say, why you are trying to break away from the... No, and I say, no, I'm not breaking away from the tradition. I just want to make contemporary business because there's a big demand.
But tradition remains the key to learning the craft.
Doing traditional giving, it gives them skills how to carve before they move on to the contemporary.
Traditional is the most important of all carves. You cannot carve with not more traditional. We need to keep it strong.
I have to do it, otherwise it's going to be lost.
We should keep keep doing all the time. Because if we don't do it, we'll start. It will go on. The time will come. The time will come.
The music of the didgeridoo is the signature sound of Aboriginal Australia, and Mark Atkins is widely regarded as a master of this unique instrument, recognized internationally for his collaborations with some of the world's leading musicians and composers.
The didgeridoo is thought to be the oldest known musical instrument on Earth. It's crafted from eucalypt trees that are bored hollow by termites, selected when the bark makes the right sound when tapped. Playing it requires circular breathing to maintain a constant sound.
The whole thing is to be able to blow out and breathe in at the same time. And how you do that, the best way to understand it actually is taking a mouthful of water and you spurt it out like a fountain. So you spurt it out like that. At the same time as you're using your jaw and your cheeks to spurt the water out, you just go through the nose, so you go. That's cycle breathing.
Mark Atkins has collaborated with some of the biggest names in popular and classical music.
It's unique in my mind. I don't know anyone's ever done it before.
People are going to hear didgeridoo played in another way, if you like, than it's ever been played or heard before. I'm sort of playing more in the contemporary style. They're sort of saying, well, wow, you know, that's an Aboriginal traditional instrument, but you're playing hip hop and you're playing doof music and that. And I said, well, that's how diverse the instrument actually is.
But for 2 decades, Mark Atkins has made a living working outside Australia.
In just Amsterdam alone, we've got more didgeridoo players there than in the whole of Australia. Germany, 4 years ago, you had 86,000 didgeridoo players. I mean, we've only got like registered, you know, didgeridoo players, working players, about 200. It's sad, but appreciation that always sort of comes from out of your backyard.
If you want to hear more from Mark Atkins or any of our stories, have a look at our website. Thanks for watching Pacific Pulse. We leave you with a spontaneous outburst of legal graffiti. It's the work of self-taught New Caledonian artist Eric Mouchonniere, who's behind some of the most spectacular murals in Noumeas. Here, he's in American Samoa.
Cause I'm the man, remember the time I used to rock with homie shitter, cause I'm the master. Rap years of past, my peers are kicking a faster flow, and you should know I'm not a rasta function maker. You can have me get this from my maker. You're looking like for the key, well, sweet love, I need to make a sweet love is the key, and hoping that one day me and you and the spirit of the world shall be free, and so no respect, I get a flick of the lighter, I'm the rapper and the singer.